Jesus went up to a mountain with his disciples by the Sea of Galilee, but because of the healing miracles that Jesus had performed, a large crowd followed him. About 5,000 men, not counting women and children. Jesus miraculously feeds this huge crowd with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. After this, the disciples get in a boat and head towards Capernaum ahead of Jesus, and naturally, Jesus walks on water to catch up to them. The next day, the crowd sought Jesus, and Jesus exposes them, telling them that the only reason they seek and follow him is because of their selfish desires and not because of who he is. He goes on to remind them of the bread that came from heaven as God's provision of life to the Israelites during the Exodus, and then compares himself, saying that he is the bread of life that comes from heaven, and that anyone who eats of this bread will live forever. Jesus creeps them out by stating that the bread that he gives for salvation of the world is his flesh. Anyone who eats of his flesh and drinks his blood will be saved. Now, Jesus didn't mean that we needed to literally eat his flesh and drink his blood. Instead, he was hinting at the fact that he would give up his blood and spill all of his blood on the cross so that anyone who eats his flesh by coming to him and drinks his blood by believing would receive salvation. Sadly, many of the people that were following him decided that coming to Jesus and believing in him was not something they wanted to do. But Peter confirms what Jesus meant by stating, "We have believed and have come to know that you are the Holy One of God." Will you come to Jesus and believe?